My name's Ash Hinton. Me and my mate Tracker went to see the Blyth Tyne Railway open to passengers.
That's right, mate. We want the Blyth Tyne Railway back online. We're backing Senrug's campaign to bring the train back to southeast Northumberland.
First, a history lesson.
Long, long ago, in a world where...
Give it a rest, Ash.
Sorry. In 1840, the Blyth Tyne Railway first opened. It connected the towns of Ashington, Blyth and Bedlington with Newcastle and North Tyneside. The line was in use for passengers for 100 years.
However, that came to an end in 1964 when Dr. Beechin... No, not her! Closed many British railway routes, including the Blyth Tyne.
The stations were demolished. There are some remaining buildings and platforms, but some, for example, in Blyth, have been lost completely.
But the track itself stayed in use, mostly for transporting coal from the mines in southeast Northumberland. The mines are gone, but we still have a perfectly usable railway.
Senrug is leading the campaign to get the line reopened for passengers. We believe it's long overdue. We spoke to Dennis Fansett, leader of Senrug.
We're here with Dennis Fansett, leader of the Senrug campaign. Mr. Fansett, hello.
Hello.
What is Senrug and how did it come into being?
Well, Senrug is a pro-rail voluntary campaign group, so we ask for better train services in southeast Northumberland, and we started in about 2004.
Why can't passengers travel on the Blyth Tyne line now?
Well, because there isn't a passenger service at the minute on the line, so if there isn't a train going there, you can't get on it. But trains could actually run on the line right now, as far as I can see. And in 2008, we chartered a train and ran it to Ashington just to prove that point.
How much do you think all this would cost?
Well, I think it would cost around £30 million. But I have to say, the authorities, Network Rail and the County Council are talking about a much, much higher figure. They think it's going to cost possibly even as much as £60 million. So we need to have a little debate because I don't think it need cost as much as that. Both of those figures sound really, really high. But actually, if you look at what it costs the council just to improve, say, one roundabout, you're talking about £4 or £5 million just to put some new lanes in a roundabout or widen the road. So another way of explaining it is that this line could be opened for the cost of about 10 roundabouts.
Could you tell us some of the benefits of putting passenger trains back on the Blyth Tyne line?
Mainly it's about giving people access to trains to get to work in Newcastle. In this region, not everyone owns a car, and even if you do own a car, there's often two people in the family who are working, and there's only one car between both of you. So the line is really about access to jobs and work, and trying to improve the number of people who are employed in the area. South East Northumberland has got a very, very high rate of unemployment, and we think this railway line will give access so people can get to work, and therefore it will increase the prosperity of the region.
Mr. Fansett, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you both.
We went out onto the streets of Ashington to get a meat and tatey pasty, get the community's opinion. This pasty's nice, mind.
Would you like to see rail passenger services to Newcastle again, and if so, why?
Yeah, I would, because then I could use the train instead of the bus.
Yes, I think so. I think it would be quite useful for a lot of people.
Yes, I would, and it'd be easier for most people because buses aren't that reliable around here, so...
Do you think passenger service from here to Newcastle would be useful?
Yes, it should have been. It should never ever have stopped. When I was just that size, I should stand up here and watch the trains go by.
I do think so, because it's sometimes difficult when you've got little ones getting the bus, because there's not always pushchair access on the bus.
Well, it would bring people in, wouldn't it? Yes.
Good for the economy of the town.
Yeah, we definitely need a national.
Our local MP, Ian Lavery, is a long-standing supporter of our cause. He came to Collingwood School to add his weight to the campaign.
We're here with Ian Lavery, the MP for Wansbeck. He's backing our campaign. Hello.
Hello there.
How much would it cost to get passenger trains back on the track?
Well, the cost in many ways is irrelevant. It's the impact it'll have on the local community and the benefits it'll have on the local community and the way in which they can use the facility to get from their part of the world basically into Newcastle.
What would the impact be on the local area?
Everything about the Ashton, Blyth and Tyne line has got to be positive because of the fact that it's something which we had almost 50 years ago this year. It was beneficial lane, it was closed down, it's caused massive problems since. So the impact can only be positive on the area for people either wanting to travel into this wonderful place or leave this place for the likes of employment. So it's got to be positive all round.
When would you like to see the railways being open to passengers?
Tomorrow.
Do you agree with the idea of that reopening the passenger line will bring jobs to South East Northumberland?
You'll find that when companies look to invest instead of factories or whatever in South East Northumberland, they look at the transport links, and if we haven't got this link, then it's a negative point for anybody who potentially wants to invest money. Once they see that that link is there and re-established, then it's a real positive point. So I think when it's reopened, then we'll see lots more businesses finding our area a lot more attractive to invest.
You got a point there.
If the passenger line opened again, what could we do to get people back on the train?
I think what you would need to do is educate people, let them know first. By the way, I think there'll be people will be absolutely delighted in all of the communities thinking that they can basically get onto a train and get into different parts of the northeast. So I think people will be terribly excited with that, but then there would need to be an educational process, an advertising process to make sure that people are fully aware of what was on offer and how it will benefit them.
Do you think we have a good chance of being successful in our campaign?
Well, that's a really good question, and for the first time in 20 years I think we're nearly there. Thanks to campaign groups, and in particular Sunrug, who have been outstanding in the campaigning. I mean, they've left no stone unturned, they've had detailed plans drawn up, they've kept the fact that the Ashton, Blyth and Tyne line should be reopened in the public domain but basically since it was closed down 50 years ago. Sunrug have done a brilliant job, and I think with other people and all partners coming together, this is now a reality.
Ian Lavery, thank you.
And thank you.
Well, I think that settles it. Getting the Blyth Tyne back online would be a great idea. Right, Ash? Ash? Ash!
Oh yeah, let's get the Blyth Tyne back online. Now, bye!
Oh, Ash, that's disgusting.
Oh, sorry, too many pasties.